So I've done 1,300 miles so far, but obviously I've got another 3,700 miles to do. Angela, my wife, and I, our retirement plan was to buy a motorhome and drive around Britain and visit places we've been to before and go and see new places. And so it's sort of a mixture of the two. We'd always walked, we liked walking. We have a dog, so we walked a lot with the dog. And so I just had a crazy notion to walk around Britain and in Angela's memory. So walking that far meant, you know, really I should do fundraising for that. So raising funds for the charities that supported Angela and the family throughout Angela's illness and my sister-in-law's illness as well with breast cancer. So that's how the whole thing came about, and it's sort of gone from there really. So it's bittersweet, obviously. You go to places and you remember happy memories, but then it also makes you sad. So the whole thing is a bit of me personally dealing with my own grief, and that's really important. So it's giving me a space, time, a focus to deal with that. And you know, when you're out, you know, on a cliff top, you can shout and scream, you can cry in the rain, nobody's judging you, nobody's there, you can talk, say your emotions. What I've discovered is, you know, you can have thoughts and feelings in your head and you can articulate them to yourself, but actually saying them out loud is very therapeutic and cathartic. And so I've done a lot of that as I've been walking, and that's really been quite helpful. And Angela was a mental health nurse and she worked in psychotherapy, so I think she would be quite proud of me doing that. Psychologically, physically, emotionally, it takes its toll on you. And I think the walking is quite meditative at times because it's a repetitive movement, and you can go into sort of autopilot, which allows your mind to then process things. And I think, you know, the world's a busy place, and just walking and being in nature gives you a different experience to life. And you know, the change in surroundings. So one minute you're on a cliff top, the next you're on a beach, then you're on a road, then you're in a muddy field, a few encounters with animals and other things. So you know, it's varied. Obviously the seasons are changing, so that's another experience. The weather is different every day. So you know, I've walked in the snow, the ice, I've had all those gales that we've had recently. I've been wet so many times, soaked through to the skin, but in a sense it makes you feel alive, that you've got, you know, all of this sort of sensory input as well. Because I think when you're grieving, it's easy to just sort of sink into a sofa and just sort of go in on yourself, and you don't experience anything else. So I think being outside it has been, for me anyway, very therapeutic. My friends and family weren't that surprised when I said I was going to be doing this. You know, it's the sort of crazy thing that I would do, and Angela would say, yeah, it's a crazy thing, but she would be supporting me all the way. I've got a huge spreadsheet with everything on, which took a long time to plan, because obviously I need to walk about 17.5 miles a day, 6 days a week for a year. And that's about deciding where you can start and stop in a day as well, and what the terrain's like, because obviously walking up and down cliffs is different to walking on a flat beach. And you know, the speed that you can walk is different, the amount of energy it takes is different. And so you can't just stop at the, you know, say, oh, I've done 17.5 miles, but I'm in the middle of a field somewhere and that's it for the day. You can't do that. So there's a lot of planning to work out where you can physically start and physically end on a day. And and obviously I need to sleep somewhere. So I have my camper van that I sleep in every night. But then there's the logistics of how does that move from one place to another. So I've been very lucky in that family and friends have, some have been and stayed with me for a week in the van, and they, you know, make my breakfast in the morning and pamper me and then boot me out, and I walk, and then they come and meet me at different points during the day, and then at the end of the day they're there to meet me and feed me and everything. So this is my home for a year, Priscilla. And, welcome. This is all the charities I'm supporting, and I've been marking on where I'm up to on things. So there are times like now when I've not had anybody to help me, and so I've relied on the generosity of strangers, and I've met some amazing people, and they've been brilliant. People have fed me, they've given me showers, they've picked me up at the end of the day and taken me back to Priscilla, my van. They've been amazing. So I have to thank those people, and I think, you know, when I started this, I knew I would have to rely on people I didn't know, and I've been very lucky, and I think, again, that's part of life, isn't it, that I hoped that I would meet people like myself. It's a belief that you would meet people who would be generous, and you know, we read in the press all the bad things, we don't hear about the good things, and there are so many fantastic people out there. Living in this for a year, yep. So this is my little home. This is my bed up here, and then another bed for drivers, and then this is all my stuff. And this was Angela's, one of Angela's blouses that I have on so that she's driving. She's in the driving seat, as always. They're part of this journey now, and you know, they're part of the whole project. You know, they're really you know, bought into it through their generosity, and it's great. So you know, I've now got this huge group of people. It's growing every day. It's growing with people that are part of the journey, and that's fantastic. And it's about raising the awareness of cancer treatment. You know, the charities, the work of the charities. It's telling the stories. I'm listening to other people's stories, and I'm listening to other people's stories through these little hearts. So I've got 5,000 of these little hearts that friends and family and volunteers have crocheted for me. And when I talk to people about my story and what I'm doing, I give them a little heart, and I tell them that that's for them to remember somebody they've loved and lost. And so that enables people to also share their story with me, and that's really, really good. A brilliant surprise yesterday. These actual little crocheted hearts have been crocheted by Tom Daley, the Olympic diver, and he's sent them with love, and that's just amazing. That he was touched by the story and wanted to do something, so sent these, and they've arrived this morning. So that's just absolutely amazing that you know, he's been so generous as well with his time and a gift. So these are Tom Daley's heart.
Hi Tracy, it's Tom Daley here. I just want to say a massive thank you for all the work that you're doing, raising so much money for some incredible charities, including of course Marie Curie, who have helped me and my dad and my family when we were going through some tough times. So I've made some hearts that I'm sending over to you today, and I hope that you like them. I crocheted some hearts, and I hope that they can help you, either make you happy, inspire you to keep going, or get them, sell them off a charity, whatever you can do that I can do to help. Please let me know. But thank you so much, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and best of luck again.
Wow, that's amazing. That's just amazing. People have sent me photographs where they've got them pinned on their their jackets and things, and some people have told me they've sewn them onto their rucksacks, and people put them on their Christmas trees. So there's all sorts of things, and people have been really enjoying having these, and it's meant something to them, and elicited their own stories and emotions too. We had Marie Curie night sitters for Angela when she was towards the end of life, and we know that a lot of people don't have care at the end of life, which is part of Marie Curie's cause, is to enable people to have that, and we were very lucky in that we had that care from Marie Curie, and the team here have been fantastic and helped organise the Tom Daly crocheting. I'm hoping that we raise a massive amount of money, so please donate if you're able to, and let's get the money rolling in, so that the Marie Curie and the other charities are able to do the fantastic jobs that they do, because they are completely reliant on charitable funding. I write a blog every day as well, and I write about my thoughts and feelings about grieving as well, in the hope that other people can see that and know that they're not alone. And I think that's part of what Marie Curie offers, is sharing the journey, however hard the journey is, and trying to help. Well, tomorrow, Saturday, is day 100, and I'm starting by walking over the Old Severn Road Bridge. So it's day 100, and it's also a border crossing, marks the end of my time in Wales, and moving on into England, and I've got Devon and Cornwall to look forward to in the next month or so, and then keep going all the way around Britain, and I end up back in Glasgow on Halloween.